Hello, thank you for stopping by and joining me today. I want to share with you this amazing flower shaping tool. Before I do, I want to say I did explain, or I did show that I had this tool on my last video. Now that's one thing I'm going to try not to do. I'm going to really try not to and ah, but I just want to explain. I suffer really badly with anxiety. A lot of my friends have tried to encourage me to make these YouTube videos, but it kind of is something that I really struggle with. I try my hardest not to and ah, but I'm excited to share when I find something that I really love to use and I think could help other people to achieve great results when they make things. So I don't know why I got as many thumbs downs on that last video. I really don't understand what I got wrong or did wrong. I think I know who it was. I think it's just a bit sour grapes, but I don't know. It's sad because I did think, or shall I just not bother? But then I know that my friends on my blog really want to see something, so it's a hard one. And I know you're always going to get the negative Nellies on these videos and things, but if you don't like me, just don't watch it. You know, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it really. It's just unkind. Even if I didn't enjoy a video that somebody did, if I didn't enjoy it, I'd stop watching it. But I'd never be as sad as to leave a thumbs down unless they said something that offended me or would offend somebody else. But I guess you can't win them all. I even had a lady come over to my blog, never ever commented on my blog before, and leave this really mean comment on my blog. All my blog followers, most of my blog follower ladies are my friends. They were all just, who on earth was that? And why if you have such a strong opinion, why be anonymous? Just say who you are. But there you go. Like I say, you can't win them all. But I want to share this with you. It's an amazing tool. It might help you achieve making great flowers, although you probably can achieve making great flowers. This tool will just make it so much easier. So we'll get away from the negativity. What did she say? I'm trying to think what she said. I had a boring monotone voice. So I'm going to try and be a bit upbeat and try not be monotone today. Anyway. Right, can you see how amazing these flowers are? I'm not boasting, by the way. It's all the tool that does the job. These are, they're made with Oakberry Lane flowers, not punches, dies and the stamps by Heartfelt Creations. I bought the stamps, the dies and this flower shaping tool in a bundle, but these are the flowers that I made as soon as I got it straight away, and then these are ones I've made this last week. Just the dimension on them is just incredible, and it's so easy. And you don't have to just use their dies and stamps. You can use, these are just some of the things I've used. I've used Stampin' Up punches. I've used xxxxx punch. I've used another little random punch. And I've used a selection of dies from China, Spellbinder, Rose Creation dies. I tried all sorts. Even this one here is Honeydew Crafts. It's this one here. Beautiful. Spring flowers with the outline die. I stamped them, die cut them, and then put them in this shaping tool. Look. these are just some of the things that I made. Let me just get these out of the way. I don't think I've ever die cut so many flowers in a week. Let me stand up to show you. There goes me umming again. That's tissue paper. How gorgeous is that? That one's tissue paper too. Not tissue paper, crepe paper. That's just regular Stampin' Up card. These, where is it? These ones are Paper Boutique. It's the flowers that you get with the paper you get with their kits. My friend, oh, this is like handmade paper. And these are the leaves from the handmade paper. It works on just about everything. That's the leaves die cut with the crepe paper. You can just see the detail in them. And it pushes them up and gives them like amazing dimension as well. Now this paper works really well. I'll share with you in a minute what it is. I just wanted to show you some of the... That's that same paper that I'm excited to share with you. I've just made a really sparkly... Oh, look at this. That's the... I'm trying to capture the sparkle, but I don't think I'll be able to because my light's not great. This is handmade paper, and I used the pens from Crafter's Companion, their sparkle pens, and just coloured the paper. Right, the stamping tool is this 3D Blossom Shaping Mould from Heartfelt Creations. I got mine in a kit with the stamps, the dies and the shaping tool, and I think you got a paper pad as well called Oakberry Lane. The collection was called Oakberry Lane, and I think that's what this mould is designed to go with, but I showed you all the different things I used to put in it. So all you do is you open it up and then you place in your different die cut shapes. You must put them, if you've stamped them like this, you put the stamped side down. So put the stamped side down. Use some more of that lovely ice white card. I want to show you all the different crepe paper. Let's put some leaves in. Now, what you can do is, what they designed it for is for you to run it through a die cutting machine. I'll take one of those out and put one of those in. Is to run it through a die cutting machine. But for that you need to have the wider mouth ones. So for instance, I used the Spellbinders Platinum machine. I think it will go through what's it called? The Sizzix one. It'll come to me in a minute. But I'll tell you how it's 6 inches, no, just under 6 inches wide and just under 8 inches long. So as long as that will fit through the mouth of your die cutting machine, and you've got like a deep one. It won't go through my Gemini, but it'll go through my Platinum for sure. I don't know whether it might go through the Cuttlebug, because that has a wider the mouth. The Tim Holtz Vagabond, it'll go through that. If you go on to heartfeltcreations.com, it will have on there all of the different machines you can use this in, and it will tell you the particular sandwiches you need for this plate. I think I had the thick base plate of my, no I didn't, I took the thick base plate out and I've put it through with just the cut and plate, I think. Just wound it through. But I've got another way you can use it. You don't need a die cutting machine at all. I can't tell you to use it because I guess it's like a legal thing. If yours broke, I don't want you to come shouting at me. But all I've done, because first of all I had to wait for my husband to find my platinum, because I pretty much use my Gemini most of the time. So, and I was impatient and I wanted to have a go. So all I did was, I thought, oh, I wonder what I could do. I tried pressing on it and it kind of worked, but it wasn't great. So I put my paper in, my various different mediums. You spritz it with water. Give it a little spritz, just a really light spritz of water. I don't even know if that's coming out. Really light spritz of water. You put the lid on, like so. Clap it down. Now I'm not going to run it through my die cut machine. I'll give you my cards to look at while I have a quick interlude. I'm going to stand it on the floor and I'm going to carefully stand on it or put my weight on it. And after just a few seconds of putting your weight on it like that, it's a really sturdy piece of plastic, so I'm no lightweight, put it that way, so I think you'll be fine. Just do it gingerly. First of all, I just sat in my chair and put my feet on it, and then as it seemed to cope well with my weight, I applied more and more. I will say, if you're doing something like really delicate paper, you don't need to do it as heavily. Got a gemstone stuck to that one. They end up everywhere, don't they? Do you crafters find that? I end up with everything. I have to sweep the bed out before I get in it. Glitter, you name it. Right, then you just tip them out of the mould. I think the spritzing them with water just gives the paper a bit of, sort of like softens the fibres so that you can mould them. Now, this paper, it's those ones, and that one there, and I don't know whether I did put on the leaves. This paper is like super, it's 120 GSM. It's got an amazing sheen to it, pearlescent paper. It's called Ice White paper, Ice White insert paper. Oh, there you go. It can go through inkjet and laser printers, so you can print on it. It's meant, I think, originally for inserts. I told my lovely friend Anne, who they have a shop called A Crafty Place, that I was doing this, and she sent me this paper to try, and she said, "Oh, give this a try because it works really well for making flowers." So I'd gladly, gladly try it out, and it's amazing. I don't know what spritzing the water and shaping it does to them, but it gives the flowers, they're like really strong, they really hold their shape. This one here I made with it, and they're like, it's got really holds its dimension. So I will leave you the link to that paper below. I can't remember how much it was, but it was like so reasonably priced for 50 sheets. And I know it's the same thing that I think is sold as like flower making paper from somewhere else, where they charge quite a bit for like 10 sheets, I think, but that is, you know, that is way cheaper than that, and it's so easy to colour. I just like just take a look, and when you colour on it, the sheen just seems to enhance the colour that you're doing, and it doesn't, whatever medium you use to colour with doesn't affect the sheen. The sheen just comes through, but they just take colour brilliantly. Right, all I do, I might actually need to put another glue stick in my glue gun. Oh, I don't have no, I hate glue guns. I always burn myself. But I got a cool melt one, and even that was hot. Right, and then all I do to add extra shape or to put these together as flowers is I will just simply, the mould has put all of the, most of the detail in, so you just simply put your shaping tool down the centre, apply a bit of hot glue I use, offset your flower petals so that the layer you're putting on, the gap, the petal covers the gap of the one below, and then I press it into my foam mat, and that is it. And just look at the depth and dimension of that. And it just couldn't be simpler, because the mould, if you have a look, it's got loads of detail in the plastic mould itself, so that does all the hard work for you. Put a bit of glue on, stick it together. There you go. You could colour that any colour you want, so colour it to go with any project that you make. And you've got, and just layer up different ones. Just layer different shape petals together. There's no right and wrong. I've got that big one. I haven't shaped that one, so I won't bother using that one. Anyway, I'll show you the crepe paper. You can die cut like loads of layers at a time, and then just run the shaping tool down it to bring it into like a flower shape, and then put a bit of glue on the back of one, offset the petals, and then push it down. Voila! Just look at that. Oops. It's got such, you just imagine, like, I made some more of those, didn't I? Those like all stuck together on a project. I thought I made a little one. Yeah, another one there. They would look so pretty. And then you have the leaves. The leaves you don't really have to do anything else to, because I'll bring it up closer. Let's just get a selection of different ones for you to see. You can see all of the, I'll show you the underneath, you can see all of the detail that the mould puts into your leaves, and it's sort of like, it's hard to see, but it gives them dimension as well, so they don't sit flat on your card. They've got like, that's in the tissue paper, crepe paper, it gives them like a dish shape underneath so that they really stand up, and that like ice white paper really works. So if you want to make gorgeous flowers, just sit and have a session. Just make loads of flowers, and then you've got them on hand. You can, you know, have fun colouring them with whatever things you've got to. If you're anything like me, you've got just about every colouring medium there is, and make yourself some amazing projects just to have the flowers and stuff on hand. Or even if you don't, you know that all you need is some card and that mould, and in minutes you've got amazing flowers. Some of my friends, we get together every now and then and craft together, and the last time I took a box, I have a box with loads of flower making dies and what have you in, and I took that, we all took different things to sit and make flowers together. And some of my ladies have like arthritis and joint problems, and they found it really hard spending hours shaping the petals and stuff of the flowers. They could never achieve all of the detail that are in these. So I know that every one of them would benefit from this tool, because some people just find it hard to sit and I even tried the flower shaping foam. Now what I did was, I'm trying to find one. What I did was, with one of them, it didn't pick up as much detail, but I put them in the mould, and I've got a delicate heat gun, and I just applied a little bit of heat to the foam, and then quickly shut it in the thing, and that picked up more detail than not heating it. But it depends what, that silk foam might be okay. I don't know, you'll have to sort of like experiment, but I've used so many different things, and I know on the show they even used tissues, you know, like tissues, hankies. They even used those, and they held their shape too. So give it a go. I think it costs around. I have ordered another one. I've ordered one that makes rose shaped petals, because you can use so many different dyes and things in them. You can, you know, the world's your oyster, and I thought just having some different shapes would make sort of like a more variable range of flowers. But I say you can either run it through your die cutting machine if you've got one that it fits, or I didn't. I honestly didn't. It's really sturdy. You couldn't. I'm trying with all my. You can't bend it. It's like super well reinforced. I just popped it on the floor, put my feet on it, and applied pressure, and it worked doing that. So, but don't come shouting at me if you do it and it breaks. But I'm just telling you, if you want to have a go and you haven't got a machine that it fits through, obviously you're not gonna to buy something that needs a big machine if you haven't got the big machine. But I honestly, all of these were made with me just putting my feet on it on the floor. So it worked for me. It might well work for you, but it's a brilliant thing. I have seen them on Amazon. I don't know whether it's this specific one, but I've just ordered the rose one, and I know they do have different ones. I think there's a poinsettia one. They've got a few different ones, so you just have to put in Heartfelt Creations, or go to their website heartfeltcreations.com and look for them in there, because if you've got like the number there, it will come up, and you can use that to search for it in other places. Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. I will leave the link if you want to try some of this paper. It works. Even if you don't have this, it works for, you know, like die cutting and shaping your flowers. It's absolutely brilliant. I've seen a chap using, it's exactly the same on Hochanda, on using it just with like normal flower dyes, and it works brilliantly. I might do a video just on the different things you can do with that, depending on how well this one goes down. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you haven't found it too long. I hope I haven't been too boring and monotone. I did sneak a few ums and ahs in there, and I'm sorry for that. But thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye bye for now.